Hello, my majestic little viewer, Little Elitist here, and it's pretty safe to say that I'm a pretty big Doom fan. I almost own every Doom game along with their DLCs on Xbox One, so there's that proof. And the soundtracks to them slap pretty darn hard. From the gent in the modern games to the sort of groovy thing that they were going for in the older soundtracks, all of these soundtracks are pretty dang good, and I feel like it adds a certain charm to these games. I actually made a video on that if you want to go check it out. But there's one certain Doom game with a soundtrack that's kind of different from the others, to say the least. Before we get into that, I'm probably going to be posting a lot more game-related content while also having some sort of liminal space charm to it like this one. So there's that. Anyways, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's go all the way back to the 1990s. There was a console that released that basically redefined gaming as a total. The Sony PlayStation, of course. Well, I mean, the Nintendo 64 too. We'll go ahead and talk about the Nintendo 64. But, the Nintendo 64 was huge whenever it released in the first 2 or 3 years. Kids were screaming frantically about these things. And whenever I give my kids a Nintendo 64, they call me unk and outdated. Though there is a few games that released on the Nintendo 64, like Super Mario 64, I want to talk about a specific one. And Doom was also really popping off in the 90s. So in the year 1997, the company behind Doom decided to make their 4th game in the franchise, but it be primarily targeted towards the Nintendo 64, rightfully titled Doom 64. It received more positive than negative reviews, primarily for its atmospheric gameplay rather than action-based, I guess. They decided to hire the video game composer Aubrey Hodges, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Hey, let's play a game show like we do very occasionally on this channel. Let's go ahead and show you the answers. What was that genre? Where we see if the viewer can guess the right genre. Was it A, heavy metal like the classic games, B, gent, which basically inspired the full thing, C, doom metal, or D, dark ambient? If you guessed D, you are absolutely correct. This game focuses on the more industrial and atmospheric sides of Doom rather than the action-packed stuff. I would also like to go over every single track that's in this soundtrack and, tell you the best one, the worst one. I mean, even though most of it's just going to be drone. Now, the first one is the Doom 64 main theme, which kind of starts it off. And hey, this is going to be the best instrumentation off of this entire soundtrack, I can tell. It sounds like you're about to go to war in the Vikings era. It sounds pretty tribal, which is actually really good. This is probably my favorite song off the album so far, and it's probably going to be that case. Sure, it's only a minute long, if even, but that's probably the most you're going to get out of this entire thing. Now, the next one is a mix between ambient and the original theme. 2/3 of the song is pretty ambient. But on occasional times, the main theme comes back to haunt us. Both in the middle of the song and towards the end of the song. And this one's okay, I suppose. I'm glad that it isn't just droney and stuff, dark ambient. It's certainly not my favorite off of this record or soundtrack, I suppose, but it's alright. The main theme sections kind of carry it. Now, this next one took me by surprise. This is by far my favorite one. It's the stats screen, and it's like an extended main theme. It's not that bad. It sort of has a resemblance to that metal-sounding stuff, but it's also mainly tribal, like the main theme. This is way better than the main theme, and this is basically the last instrumentation-related song that we're going to get for quite a while, so be prepared. Up next is the scariest and most atmospheric one so far. It is approximately 17 minutes long. And I think you know where most of that time was spent on. And like every few minutes, there's this like louder ringing sound that kind of annoys me and wakes me up from my slumber when listening to this. That's where this industrial sound comes from. I cannot describe my emotions when listening to this full song. It's not only pretty painful, it's kind of scary too. But I guess that's what they were going for, and they succeeded very much. In this next song, right off the bat, we kick it off with what seems like a slowed down video. I can like hear it. Like, you cannot tell me that does not sound slowed down. Alright, I'm gonna quit acting like they don't sound the same. I just wanted to talk about this because how weird it is from the other Doom soundtracks and all of that. So, yep, like and subscribe if you want to see more shorter videos like this or long, I don't know. So, yeah, there's that.